Hello and welcome back to Pro Evolution Soccer 2020. We are playing a Master League with Wigan Athletic and we have the original Master League lineup. If you are enjoying the series, please do hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new, subscribe and you can stick around and see more Pro Evo Football Manager videos, a bit of Football Manager, PES. There's all sorts going on. And we do have some negotiations. Luton Town and Charlton have come back to us. Let's see what they say. I'm going to accept that one. Don't mind that one. That's fine. He can go. And the other one was Hervey. No, that's too cheap. I'm not letting him go for that. Although he's on the transfer list. You've got to give me more money. You've got to give me a roundabout his market value because I'm not happy with that. Yes, so today we face Preston. I have changed the thingamabob. Yeah, we're back to top player for this game. Went superstar last time against Sheffield Wednesday. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. We lost 2-0, so I don't stop and play games. We're down in 13th, but we have got through to the next stage of the FA Cup, beating Swansea. But let's get into the game against Preston North End, which will be an interesting game. We're going to start hitting a bit of fatigue soon with our players, which is always very tough with League Opener Chapter 3, which is interesting. It's not the league opener, but yeah. So we've exceeded everyone's expectation. The media isn't raging on us either. More of the same, please. From Baldy McBaldface is what his name was given. We'll keep up the good work, don't you worry. Baldy McBaldface, which I like it. Pressure mounts for Wigan. 3 matches under the belt. We're going to maintaining their good form as they enter the mid-season. Will Roberto Carlos have enough about it? Is girls are going to be transferred? Who knows? Let's get into the next game. We'll go into the game plan and see what we've got lining up. We are away at Preston North End, so it'll be a tough game. Vasilj on a bit of a down. Caulfield again on the up. I'm not going to play him though because he's absolutely terrible. Do we give a start to Douglas Baggio? I think we do. Let's give Douglas Baggio a start on that. We'll go put you as a left winger. Go to a bit more of an orthodox formation. Wamagatuka is going to come off, and we're going to give Mayor Highlove a start. We're actually going to give Redmond a knock over, a go over Castledine. Pallister can stay on. Castledine can go on the bench for Candermere. We'll put Gios on there as well for a bit of pace. Will we? No, we won't. We'll just leave them like that. I think that'll be okay. Ericsson's a little bit tired. Vasilj maybe could do the rest. Oh, maybe I shouldn't sell Candermere. He is our only backup centre back. No, we're going to keep with Vasilj because I don't trust the 58 at the back. So I think we're good to go, both in our home kits at Preston North End. Let's get into the game. Hello and welcome to Deepdale for the live game from the Championship in today's fixtures. We have Preston North End versus Wigan Athletic. Both teams making a bit of an auspicious start. Wigan having a real struggle last time out against Sheffield Wednesday, a 2-0 loss, and Roberto Carlos was not happy, but the rumours from the boardroom are that they're very happy with how the season has started. Although the target is around about top half of the table, they find themselves in 13th, but the board seem to be impressed with how the team are playing, the style of football that Roberto Carlos is trying to implement, and of course the new signings that are fitting in nicely, similar to that of Nicholas, and getting a start today, Douglas Baggio on the left hand side. But the Preston North End team lines up like this. Neil has picked Ripley in goal, Fisher, Clark, Davies and Hughes at the back, Thompson and Brown in the middle, Barcusen, Gallagher, Johnson and Maguire starts up front. Wigan Athletic go to an orthodox 4-3-3 formation. Nicholas in goal on loan from Udinese. Ciafer, Ericsson, Vasilj and Giorza at the back. Haitich, Rice and Redmond comes in for Castledine. Pallister keeps his spot, but Mihailov replaces Wagmatuka and Douglas Baggio gets his first start of the season against Preston North End, and looks like we're all ready to go here, so just waiting for the kickoff, and there we go. The game is underway. The crowd have a rapturous applause as the game kicks off, and then all take their seats nicely. And here comes Barcusen straight away down the right hand side, put under a good bit of pressure from Giorza, who is only one yellow card away from a suspension now, as is Vasilj, the centre back partner. So that left side of the midfield four is walking a tightrope here. That's a good, well timed tackle from Vasilj. He plays it forward, looking for Douglas Baggio, who is on the ball. Has he got the pace to get away? He tries to use the pace, but you can just see the youngster there from Brazil not really up against it. Very up against it physically in the championship here into Mihailov, who's going to offer something different and very different from what the Wigan players are used to. More of a target man up front, whereas Wagmatuka can run in behind as well as use his height. So expect to see a bit more of a wide play today from Wigan. And talking of wide play, here is Siafer coming up. Nouri loses his place after making his debut. I think he can probably feel a little bit unlucky as Pallister's just trying to turn and jig away. Lays it back to Rice for a bit more of a sensible option. Out to Gyorza, the left back, who's looking to get past Barkhusen, who gets back really well. But, I thought Preston had played themselves into some trouble there. But he comes out as it's then laid back. A bit of a late tackle in the middle from Height H, but the referee plays advantage. Preston have the ball. Hughes at left back is just going back Davies. Preston playing a bit of possession, go long towards the wing. It's a good header there from Sia into Haytich, into Rice, looking for Redmond in the middle. Lays it out to Gyorza. Gyorza again with a bit of space to come for. Looks to cross from deep, goes in towards Mihailov, and he doesn't quite win the first header of his Wigan career. This is his first start under Roberto Carlos as well. Obviously, Carlos did his research and maybe thought there was a way to get past Preston with a bit more height and a bit more of a battering ram striker, as Gyorza takes a heavy touch and just kicks it against Barkhusen. Barkhusen lays it back to Thompson, all the way back to Clark, out to Fisher in the right back position. Up it goes to Barkhusen. Preston keeping the ball. Good pressure, that Douglas Baggio getting his own back on Barkhusen, who pushed him off the ball quite easily earlier. Mihailov just trying to turn, really struggling to get into the game. Mihailov, it's probably not what he would want when he's trying to impress a new manager and stake a claim, as Baggio's here trying to bring out some fancy footwork to get past Fisher. Just holds it up, lays it back to Gyorza, who can dink across. And now there's a free man at the back post. It is Mihailov with a header, and that is why you go for height. Roberto Carlos thought of the tactic, but hang on, the linesman has his flag up, and that is going to be ruled out. And Mihailov is absolutely furious with that one. Not happy with that decision. It looked too easy. He is offside. It's a great decision from the assistant referee, but it was a good header from Mihailov. But now that is going to worry Preston. How easy he got that header. But it's from an offside position. Still 0-0. 24 minutes gone. And a goal ruled out for offside. It was a lovely cross from Gyorza. Mihailov just went a little bit too early. Gyorza again. Up it goes with a flick round the corner. Mihailov couldn't get in that one. That's probably the sort of pass Wagmatukin would have preferred. But Mihailov does very well defensively, pressuring high up the pitch as Rice is there. Flicks it onto Pallister. Pallister tries to get a cross in. It's deflected, goes behind. And surely this is a corner that's going to be aimed for Mihailov in the middle as Vasilj lines up to take this one. Normally not on corners, it's normally Castle Dean, but not on the pitch as he fires it in. It's a pretty poor corner and doesn't beat the first man, but he does keep it in play with a bit of a heavy touch. Vasilov dinks it in play. Mihailov trying to get under it again. It's a touch back to Gyorza, the left back. Just couldn't create space for the shot. It comes out and Douglas Baggio creates a good first touch, but still manages to get his cross in after a little sort of slide cross, and Preston North End determined to pass this out the back, and it's really poor. Mihailov lets it in. Baggio shoots and it hits the side netting. Half the crowd on the other side thought it was in, the travelling Wigan fans, but it's not. It's the side netting. And it was good pressure from Mihailov. Really, I'm not too sure what Preston were playing out of the back. Good ball through to Baggio. Baggio probably should have shot across the goalkeeper, but into the side netting. And Wigan look like they're very much up for this game. It was very disappointing to see how they played against Sheffield Wednesday. But at the moment, looking, I'd probably say, odds on to score first in this game as Siafer goes up to Pallister. Pallister into Mihailov. Coming into the game more now, that's surely a free kick. Referee plays advantage as Rice picks the ball up and gets it back from a bit of a lucky deflection there. Gyorza puts it in, looking for Mihailov, that early cross ball in. Redmond picks it up. Rice to Redmond again inviting Gyorza forward. Gyorza goes in to Baggio, who looks to just accelerate away but just couldn't get the ball out of his feet, and it's a good tackle from Fisher. Up to Maguire, who has been incredibly isolated in this formation. But look at Preston chuck people forward now as it comes out to the right side. Wonderful tackle from Siafer as there's 5 minutes to go in the second half, in the game, in the first half, sorry, just starting to get stretched. Rice picks it up, looks for Siafer again, but it's a poor pass, and Preston look happy now just to keep possession. If they don't have that early ball forward to launch an attack, looks like they're happy to build it up from the back as Heady is just drawn out of that holding midfield position. A long crossfield ball that Gyorza volleys away as a clearance, as sort of as if to say, don't you ever think about doing that crossfield ball again. As it goes out to Johnson on the right hand side, he gets past Seafert for the first time today, lays it in looking for Maguire. Maguire's there, shoots past the post. He was falling backwards and off balance, but it just got to show the Wigan, they are going to have those dangerous attacks, Preston North End, and we're going to have their wits about them. I mean, Maguire there, left in acres of space, a good first touch as you can see, just a slight pullback from Vasilj put him off balance, and that's not, no. You could argue a good bit of defending, dangerous bit of defending, could have given away possibly a penalty as Mihajlov wins that header very well down to Redmond, and Redmond sees him going again, but again that's not the sort of ball that Mihajlov wants. But confusion between the centre-back and the goalkeeper as it's cleared away for half-time, and it's 0-0, Preston 0, Wigan 0. An entertaining sort of game, but only 2 shots in it. Felt like there were more, but we'll have to see if there's any changes at half-time. Wigan make a change at half-time as Arcas on and Pallister off, who played the full 90 minutes against Sheffield Wednesday, maybe feeling a little bit of fatigue as Arcas comes on. Probably unlucky to miss out in the starting lineup. He's been ever present so far, so he'll be showing Roberto Carlos what he's missing out on as he lays that in for Mihajlov. Can he get an assist straight away? There's confusion about Mihajlov shoots and he does get the goal. Whether that will be credited to Arcas or not, I do not know, but Mihajlov, 1 disallowed in the first half for offside. This time he starts and Roberto Carlos is a happy man as it came here into Arcas. So just a good little turn, laid the ball into Mihajlov, good strength. He was then tackled, confusion at the back, Mihajlov right-footed finish, and no chance for the goalkeeper. 1-0 Wigan, just the start they wanted from the second half, and the substitute having an immediate impact with, we'll credit him the assist until the official stats come through, but Mihajlov, 1 game, 1 goal for the big lad up front. And Roberto Carlos will be very happy with the decision, even though it didn't come from a header. But Douglas Baggio wins the ball there again. Mihajlov turns. Arcos makes a good run, but Mihajlov just couldn't release the ball out of his feet. And it gave Preston enough time to come and swarm him and get the ball back in their possession. Here is Davies out to Hughes on the left-hand side. Preston again going for this sort of patient build-up from the back. You've got to hope that it doesn't backfire in their face, but they've spread that well, working it from side to side. They are working quite a lot of space, but I thought Rice was going to intercept that one. Out it goes to Barkhuizen, who's been kept relatively quiet up against Vasilj. Barkhuizen cuts back, lays the ball off to Thompson. Thompson puts it ball through into Barkhuizen again, and that's a good block from Vasilj, and it goes out of play for a Preston throw-in. So a quick look at the possession stats there. 52% possession to Wigan, 48 to Preston. The home team losing out in a lot of the key battles here as Heady makes that good interception, but well fought back, and Davies with the ball. Goes up through Rice's legs with that pass. It's chipped in and it's headed back very nonchalantly by Eriksson into the arms of Nicholas, who looks to get forward quickly. Rice chests it down with a good clever pass to Heady. Goes out towards Baggio. Douglas Baggio back to Heady, and this is where Wigan can really punish you because they're so patient on the ball, Wigan, when they get into these positions. Rice. Up it goes into Redmond, who has done well. Just jinxed that ball past Thompson there as he tried to come back and get the ball. Arcas around the corner for Rice. Rice just holding up the ball. Looks for the run on the left-hand side, and I think there's a bit of confusion between Baggio and Gyorza there. And it's both going for the ball, both stopped to go for it, and then it ended up that neither of them actually went for it as Preston take the throw in relatively quickly, not wanting to break in the game. They know they need to score. As all the way back to Clark, lays that into Davis, comes out to the left-hand side to Hughes. Up the line to Johnson, who turns away very easily from CFA. He really committed himself there, the right back, and lays it back. It goes up to Maguire, who turns into Vasilj. Vasilj tries to get a good block on it, and diving tackle from Maguire to get the ball back into Johnson. It's relentless here from Preston, and it falls back. There's a shot. Whoa, dipping shot just over the bar. Who was that? Gallagher in the midfield. 20 minutes to go, and it's starting to be a little bit more pressure from Preston North End, which is what you'd expect as a home fan. As CFA's looking a bit tired and maybe wanting to come off. Not too many people that can replace him on the bench, which is a bit of a disappointment. So one change for Wigan then is going to be the goal scorer, Mihajlov, coming off, and Waman Gituka coming on, the record signing for Wigan under Roberto Carlos, and he'll be hoping that he can make a difference in this game and at least settle it and give Wigan a 2-0 lead or hold the ball up. It does give Wigan a little bit more pace now up front, which is good. And straight away you can see that pace from Wagamatuka coming in. He's used his strength really well. He's in behind Wagamatuka, the tight angle, gets the shot horrendously wrong, and it fires past the post, not troubling the goalkeeper, but straight away coming on against a tired defence. Look what he can do. He just bullies him, holds him off. I think it was Davis, and gets in, and his body angle was wrong, and it fires past the post. But still showing Wigan are a threat, and they're keeping this high line to try and stop Preston playing out the back, and it works because they have to go long looking for Maguire, who has an unchallenged header, and then it's laid off to Barkhuizen on the wing, and there's Preston to throw him forward here. It's into Maguire onto his right foot, and he fires it in past Nicholas, and just in a flash like that, it's 1-1, and Maguire gets the goal. It's a lovely finish, to be honest, a very well taken effort. And Preston just turned it on. The crowd, you can see them there standing up, getting excited. They knew what was coming. Laid it into Maguire. Lovely shot. Ericsson tried to lunge and get a block on it, but nothing was coming. It was a lovely little flick inside here. It's just laid in field. Maguire with one touch steadies himself, and an arrow shot into the corner. And well, Nicholas in goal had absolutely no chance. 1-1 here at Deepdale. And Wigan Gunaroo taking off their tall striker in Mihajlov as Arkas lays that in. That's got to be a foul, Mr. Referee. Surely that's a foul. It is. And Rice was caught late by Brown. It's a yellow card for the Preston North End central midfielder. And to say, it looked like Rice got there third. No, I don't think it was too malicious. Yeah, it was just a reach and just got there first. Look at the pain on Rice's face as that happened. As looking here and over the ball, takes it short, a quick little 1-2, try and get the ball moving, and it has worked. Rice lays it off to Haytich, tries to go pinging it into Douglas Baggio's feet, but just couldn't make it happen as it goes up the line. And here comes the goal scorer Maguire. It goes out to the left hand side to Johnson, and Preston again flooding men forward. When they do run forward, that should be easy for Nicholas, and is. And he looks to get the game underway. A very high lofty kick. I don't think that's what the Redmond wanted in the midfield, but it's what he got from his goalkeeper, and it's actually gifted possession back to Preston, but that's going to be a good bounce that will suit Wigan. Arkas comes forward, lays it in to Rice. Wigan have got a bit of an advantage here. Rice, that's a really poor pass looking for Douglas Baggio. That isn't a poor pass though, that's a really good ball. It'd be easy for Vaselj to bring that one down. Lays it in field for Haytish. Not many options for the captain. And Wigan are just taking their time. 8 minutes to go, and only the one sub been used by Wigan and none by Preston so far. And Redmond's got a bit of pace to turn, and the referee is going to give another foul here as we see Castledine warming up. Looks like he's going to come on, probably to replace the looking tired Douglas Baggio, who's, as I said, struggled a little bit with the physical side of the game, as we just skip that replay. And well, Vasilj has been hitting free kicks well in training apparently, so he's going to fancy his go with this one. It is from range, he gets a decent hit, it's too high, over the bar, and Roberto Carlos applauds the effort. Probably would be expecting better from a centre-back who calls himself a free kick taker, so I'm sure he'll get more chances throughout the season as it goes long looking for Maguire again, and that's a good header from Ericsson. He looks offside, I don't know if he is though. Bowden, yes he is. I say the Wigan back four breathe a sigh of relief. Actually quite far offside at the end of the day, and yeah, Wigan need to get this ball rolling. It's gone all the way over to the left hand side with interesting kick. Haytich is there, and Sufet has made a good run from right back, tries to put a ball through, looking there, but just wasn't the best ball. Maguire with a lovely first touch and a lovely turn, and now Sufet's caught out of position, and Ericsson hasn't really got the pace to get back, but Vasilj is there to cover, and it's a good defensive header. And with last few minutes to go, Sufet has it, tries to play it into Rice. Sufet looking absolutely dead on his feet out there at right back, does nick the ball though, lays it up the line as well into Arkas, who takes a really good first touch into Wagamatuka. He comes back and Wagamatuka goes again. It's a lovely through ball. Castledean's in, and oh, he's probably won it, surely won it. Castledine, the sub, came on to replace Douglas Baggio. He gets the goal. It's 2-1 with about 15 seconds to go. Arkas here, Wagamatuka just laid it back quickly, and then a wonderful pass from Redmond to find Castledine. Left-footed finish, top corner, take that. 2-1 to Wigan Athletic. Are they back to form here? The kickoff is everything. They can't be too long left in this game, as Wigan just sort of drop back into front. 4 minutes of added time, so there is a whole another minute left. And it goes to Fisher in the right back position. Barkusen, who's grew into the game in the second half, but sort of dwindled out of it as his fitness went. And there's the full-time whistle. A late goal from Castledine wins it 2-1. And look what it means to Gyorza. He is absolutely delighted. Wigan back to winning ways in the 92nd minute. An absolutely outstanding game here at Deepdale. A bit of a quiet first half, but it came alive in the second. 4 shots for Preston, 5 for Wigan, 2 each on target, and 2 goals from 2 shots on target for Wigan. The goalkeeper for Preston will not be happy, but a happy man today is Roberto Carlos. And let's go and have a look at the results from around the ground as Mihailav picks up the man of the match for his first half goal. So Preston North End in the live game, losing to Wigan at 2-1 at home. Sheffield Wednesday keeping up their good form with a 1-0 win against Cardiff. Brentford and Derby played out a 1-1 draw. Millwall 2, Charlton 0. Fulham 1, Hull City 1. Luton Town 2 and Stoke City 0. Stoke City really struggling with form. Reading 2, Blackburn 2, West Bromwich Albion 0, Nottingham Forest 3, Queen's Park Rangers 3, Middlesbrough 1, Barnsley 0, Birmingham 1, Huddersfield Town 2, Leeds United 0, and Bristol City 0, Swansea City 1. So a bit of a turn of fortune for the Welsh teams, and let's see what that's done to the league table. We're going to climb up to 9th position. Sheffield Wednesday keep their place at the top of the table, 4 wins from 4. Dominating start for the team from Sheffield. Birmingham City climb up to 2nd, Forest up to 3rd, Brentford and Blackburn and Huddersfield Town in 4th, 5th and 6th. Down at the bottom, Cardiff are still down there. Millwall get their first point and a win of the season, rising them up from 24th to 22nd, and the win for Swansea City climbs them all the way up to 17th, so well done to Swansea. So long, a good performance. Millwall up next, just got their first win of the season, and a great last minute winner from Castledine to stick that ball in the back of the net, which is wonderful stuff. Up to 9th, which is good. Caulfield is talking about his prospect on the rise. He's not getting any game time, so I'm not too sure what he's talking about. Yeah, let me know. So that was top player. Last game against Sheffield Wednesday was superstar. I'll probably say top player is probably what I should be playing at the moment. But we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching again. We'll be back for the next game against Millwall at some point in the future. Not being dates on when videos are coming out at the moment. But thank you so much for watching. For now, I'm out. Cheers.